All right, so Boosie and Kodak Black beefing again. This is nothing new, and we're gonna step through some of the back history in a second. But let's come current. This is Boosie's tweet right here. Pardon any typos and anything like that. You know it's not easy to read tweets from people at times, but you wait until the day before I go to court to drop a weak ass diss song. LOL. You a hashtag CCCH clout chasing crackhead. You know what I got going on, and you do this the day before court. 100 emoji. You're a real clown. It's still not go get people to fuck with your music, okay? When's the last time you heard somebody said, put on that new Kodak? Laughing emoji. You done, bruh. Your career is over. Your music trashed and your looks are even worse. Only time you're relevant is when you mention me or YB. Oh, Young Boy, because he's into Young Boy now as well, I believe, right? You still mad you did that song and I blowed you down? Okay. I think we're gonna bring up the song that he's talking about. I don't know about the blowed you down thing. I wouldn't have used those type of words, but you can't take that back. You are lame now, and your music shits. Anyway, I got caught tomorrow, but I'm sure you know that. I know you gonna be holding the phone like Pookie off of New Jack City, waiting on some bad news. You gonna be up all night smoking that shit, wishing bad on me, shaking my head. Hashtag God got me. One thing won't happen though, 100. I won't be checking PC like you did. Ooh, hashtag good night. You a hashtag, what is that again? Stands for clout chasing crackhead. All right. So that's what Boosie puts up. Where's it spawn off of? So recently there was a picture of Boosie and Young Gun, no, not Young Thug, Gunner, right? And from that picture, it kind of drummed up some of the old stuff, people still call Gunna a guy that violated street code, hence being a street rap, and you're supposed to be living out what you talk about, and everybody around you is supposedly gangsters. You a gangster, the yes man. It's old news. We know what happened, right? But you see a lot of people still starting to come back around Gunna now. You see the olive branching in his way. You see some of the tweets back and forth. It looks like him and Young Thug sooner or later are going to get back on the same stage together. I would bet money on that. But when this picture went up right here, what's the caption? Gunna and Kodak Black just linked up in Miami, and the energy was unmatched. Two heavy hitters in the game, catching vibes in the 305, and fans are already asking what they're cooking up. Okay. Boosie dropped a comment in that right there, I believe. It was like a bunch of laughing emojis. No words, no context, but everybody knows what that means. Kodak Black saw that emoji post from Boosie, and this was his response. All right, let's play the audio for y'all.
That I don't know why Boosie like that commented up under the picture with me and Gunna when I put up on Gunna. Yeah, Booty Trap is my club, bro. Any nigga come to Miami know that, bro. That's no, I ain't even gonna say, but yeah, bro. He called me up under that, like, man, fuck you, bro. Stop playing Boosie, bro. Cause you this for, bro. You put, bro. You pussy, bro.
Oh, call him out his name. Okay. There's a diss track that Kodak dropped as well, right? I'm not gonna play too much of it, of course, for the copyrights, but he got in a booth.
I used to look up the boots, he hate, I got more bread, that old head stupid. You don't need move like an OG. Couldn't sign me, so you got Cody, you know me.
Couldn't sign. So you got what? Was that the history of these two guys as well? Don't let me find out that there's some and rest in peace. And I don't ever want to see two more people end up in this type of beef again. But the Yo Gotti and the Young Dolph situation, there was always the accusations around, was this all because of Young Dolph signing with Yo Gotti? But I never knew that. Kodak just said that in that diss song right there. Did Boosie try to sign him at one point? Either way, let's talk about really when they started just stepping on each other. And I feel like it goes back to when Kodak did the song with 6ix9ine. A lot of people looked at that as kind of crazy. I'm not going to play the audio, but y'all remember this video, right? Now, mind y'all, this is when 6ix9ine came home. So everybody knows at this point what he did and how he folded on the gang and Treyway and all that. And just, he owns it at this point. But to come home from that and then another street gangster rapper do a video and a song with you, yeah, it looked kind of crazy. They asked Kodak about that on Drink Champs. This is what he said.
And then think about that's an M.
One song.
For
16.
And like it's like what the fuck? I mean, I understand the value of $1.
Right.
Yeah, $100 still $100. A band still a band. Homie. $1 million fucking dollars, bro, to do a song with a nigga who like I don't even know the niggas he told on.
Went in on
and I ain't even from over there. Niggas are some shit like nigga, that's y'all rap. Like,
that was crazy. When he said it, it was big news when he said it. To say $1 million is $1 million. The first piece of that means you can be purchased. Your morals, your street code, your ethics, your principles, they could be purchased. If you stand on a particular square and you say, this is what I represent, and then somebody comes and says, I want you to switch that for $1 amount, and you have a price tag on that, that's not solid. That's not sturdy. And then to hear a street nigga go on to further explain, I don't even know the niggas that he told on. I'm not from over there. That's y'all rat. This is some new shit. So I'll never agree personally with what Kodak said there, but he said what he said. And Boosie has always been an advocate of standing up for stuff like that, right? Most times. This was even one of his responses.
They had a new number. I called his brother and I asked him, did Kodak do a song with 6ix9ine? He said, yeah, bro. Think so. It me up. It hurt me. He asked me, did I want to talk to Kodak? I told him I ain't want to talk to Kodak. I blocked Kodak. That was a detrimental move to him, bro. 6ix9ine is the most hated person in prison. By every race, what Kodak did, he's going to have to stand on that. I thought it was a lie when I first saw it on Instagram.
I agree, man. He's got to live that down for the rest of his career. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people around Kodak that don't give a fuck. You got people that just for whatever personal reasons, they don't care. People that don't uphold that street code. Yes, men, people that's around the bag, all these different type of things. And maybe there are 1 or 2 people in his circle that said, that's not a good look. That's not a good move right there. Who knows? But remember, this was 6ix9ine's tactical play. You'd like to think that 6ix9ine can't puppeteer his way back into good graces of street culture, which is hip hop and this type of demographic after what he did. But he did not just Kodak, but he did Nicki like this as well. Now, Nicki's not somebody we look at as some street gangster, uphold all the street codes like a Kodak, right? But people still looked at her kind of crazy too. Like, this is 6ix9ine. Like, he should possibly be out of hip hop. And he comes home, 485 million views it has right now. This was the Troll song by 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj music video. Wow. So he was turning people out. And it's sad because you look at 6ix9ine and he's a troll and he's all over the place at times. But for him to puppeteer people and for him to use other people to further justify what he did and for people to fall victim to it, whether they did it for free, whether they did it for the look, whether they hang around him for views, whether you're like Whack 100 is just like, yo, I don't mix my street business and my regular business. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Or if it's a Kodak and you could be purchased for $1 million. It's wild, man. It's wild. I always, when I see people take that type of decision, I ask the question. I say, all right, cool. So if you're a certified gangster and a street nigga, how do you feel about rats or snitches? We don't do that. We don't talk to them. We don't fuck with them. It's against the law. Can't do that. Death to all rats. Pistol Pete, KAR movement, kill all rat, right? And so forth and so on. And they say, okay, I can't purchase that, right? All right. If you can, throw this one at those type of people. I hate to sound extreme, people, but throw like a sexuality one at them. You're like, you're heterosexual? Yeah, I'd never be with no man. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't play like that. Women, I like, cool. Can somebody come along, some porn industry director, and offer you $5 million to do a sex scene with a man? See what they say. If it's not, you can't, there's no price tag on it, then why wouldn't it be the same for your street code that you hold up, that you say is part of your manhood, your principles, your morals, how you walk, how you want to die, your legacy as a man? I'm just saying, if you're for purchase, you're for purchase. Quick one too that I saw when it comes to for purchase. I see Adin Ross allegedly trying to buy his way out of all these racist allegations. Am I calling him a racist? I think he gives off racist, but do I want to call him an all-out racist? I don't know. I'm gonna peel back a little bit to reserve that for a second, but I think he gives it off a little bit. And we did a breakdown the other day of him calling people dirty bitches, especially black people. And I gave a history lesson on that. Check that stream out if y'all missed it. But when I say people can be for purchase, look at this one. Quotes, racist, but just gave a black woman $10,000 with no hesitation. Internet narratives be loud, reality be louder. And she's with him being against Doechii. Okay.
I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Adin Ross took care of me. He blessed me with what he said he was gonna do, and put me onto some crypto shit. To me, that's a stand-up guy. I don't know Adin Ross. He don't know me. But guess what? He my brother now. And guess what? I still stand on what I said about him. I don't give a fuck. I'm a black woman, but I'm on Adin's side because we tired of these industry plants. This year alone, Doechii had millions of streams removed because of bots. You know what I'm saying? On Spotify. And so did her whole other.
So in closing, I want to put out something for her as well as Boosie. Boosie doesn't realize how he's got to walk going forward as well. It's to keep that same energy factor. So this girl that's justifying, she got $10,000 from Adin Ross, so now she's team Adin, but she's also so against these hypothetical industry plants, right? Even though that's not proven for no damn Doechii. Anytime you hear somebody that got bots, then take that same position, okay? Drake's being sued right now over bots. Kendrick, what? You can't fuck with neither one of them. All these big artists allegedly and labels are using bots, allegedly, right? So you got to take the same stand against all of them, regardless whether they gave you $10,000 or not. And then here's the thing for Boosie. You take this type of stand against Kodak Black, and it still goes all the way back to the 6ix9ine thing. It sucks to have to carry that energy all the time. We see people want to move the goalposts when they have closer relationships. I get it. It's not easy to do all the time. People say keep that same energy, but there's situations that create variables, right? Make you change a little bit. Like, fuck, I would kill the person, but it's my brother, right? Let's be realistic here, okay? Boosie, anybody that stands next to Gunna, parties with him, does a feature with him, you got to keep the same energy. So when Young Thug or Lil Baby or any of these Atlanta rappers, you're going to have to react the same way. The same way you did to Kodak. I get it. You don't like Kodak going all the way back to the 6ix9ine song, but now here goes this Gunna thing. So anybody that stands next to Gunna that claims to be a street nigga, uphold the codes that you hold, you got to react to them the same. And that's why it's not easy sometimes to walk around publicly upholding street law. Sometimes you could just feel away and be like, I wouldn't do it if it was me. It is what it is. I ain't gonna fuck with that person no more, and leave it like that. But doing the public, the interviews and the posts and becoming the spokesperson for upholding the street, people are gonna definitely look at you to keep that same energy. And trust me, man, it's not always easy.